Following the awful score in Game Week 2, we are down in the murky depths with a rank of over 4 million in the world. Our team needs a big score to claw back some dignity and prevent us free falling further and further away from those top ranks. In this video, I'll be discussing how my team performed and, as always, looking at what this means for the fitness challenge. Trust me, this week was a mad one. Welcome to Forfeit FPL, the channel where we convert fantasy points into real kilometers. Looking at the league table, we can see some lovely numbers. 2 game weeks and 2 wins. This shows we're off to a flying start this FPL season. Momentum like this shows we are serious this year and we aren't messing about. Let's jump into the team performance for game week 3. A rare Raya blank. This can be forgiven because it was away to Liverpool. Big Verge hit an 8-pointer and King Munoz hit 9 points. I can't actually believe how underrated he is currently. Shockingly, Van de Ven blanks at home to Bournemouth. Who actually predicted this? Just last week they won 2-0 away to Man City. I guess this is the history of the Tottenham. Another Murillo blank. What is going on with Forest? Vert and Eze are so frustrating, man. Vert's got me so many points in UCL fantasy last season. I just thought he was a definite banker. Eze is moving from Palace to Arsenal, so won't be an option for some time. However, Mbermo deserves a mention as I signed him and he delivered a 10-pointer at home to Burnley. He was epic last season and I think he'll get a lot of points once again, despite playing for an unpredictable Man United team. This time the tables have completely turned for the strikers. Last week I was ruining a mistake about captaining Haaland over Gyökeres. This week the total opposite is true. I stayed true to my Viking warlord and he delivered with a goal and 3 bonus to Brighton. Gyökeres had a big fat blank. Early on this season is give me perma-captain Haaland vibes. The armband is basically glued onto him at this point. I decided to bench Xhaka. Is this a massive regret? No, not really. But he's showing a high floor of about 4 points every week. This is more than Wirtz, for example. A premium signing for Liverpool is being outperformed by a Sunderland player. What do we actually make of this? So far, Xhaka's outperformed him every single week. That's 3 in a row now.
Triple kill.
This is despite the Liverpool man costing him 116 mil. I hope I'm wrong, but this man is looking like a fraud. 56 points all out was enough to see us hit the big green arrow. Our rank has gone from over 4 mil to about 2.7 mil. No complaints with that. Still nothing to get excited about, but we're heading in the right direction. Before we start exploring the fitness challenge, I need a moment of silence. You see, being a complete amateur with a camera, I made a horrendous schoolboy error. I actually put loads of effort in and started trying to get footage out doing other things. Take this footage of me bowling for instance. I tried to get a cool little video of the bowling balls and in the lanes. Notice how I said footage, right? Yep, that's correct. I thought I was taking a video, but it was only a photo. It took me until the end of the week to realise this mistake. Have a look through some of this epic footage I managed to capture. I was under the impression that I was capturing some killer videos that would bang. On a normal week, I wouldn't have been as bothered, but there's one activity where this mistake was painful to the point I was nearly in tears. Keep watching to see my heartbreaking experience. In terms of fitness, this week was different once again. After a nice chilled international break last week, we hit the ground running, literally. I played football 3 times, once for my 11-a-side team on the Sunday, and 5-a-side on Monday night and Thursday night. I can't wear my watch during the game, so this distance is just from milling about and warming up. I will tell you for free, playing football 3 times a week is intense. I absolutely love playing football and I feel like I push myself more than doing other phys, however it's probably the worst for racking up kilometers. I was knackered, but had barely cracked 10 kilometers by Thursday. My joints were hurting like you wouldn't believe. Since I was feeling sore, all eyes turned to cycling to finish the job. I smashed out a 15-kilometer ride in less than an hour, setting up a relatively simple 27-kilometer ride on Saturday morning, deadline day. I woke up nice and early, but to my absolute dismay, heard a downpour of rain outside. I held off going outside briefly because I wanted it to pass, but since the weather showed no signs of giving in, I gritted my teeth and ventured outside. I kid you not, this was the worst the weather has ever been while I was on my bike. After just a few minutes, I was soaked through, I had puddles of water in my trainers and my socks were drenched. I took a video later on in the day just to show how bad the weather was. I can't believe I actually went out in this. I decided to try and make the most of it by capturing loads of epic footage while battling through the weather. I returned home, exhausted from completing the challenge in those terrible conditions, but somewhat proud of the footage I had captured until the penny dropped. I swiped through my camera in some concoction of rage, confusion and annoyance. I was just devastated. The thing is, yes, I completely fumbled the footage like a Sunday league keeper. But honestly, that disaster doesn't take anything away from the grind this week. Normally, if I heard rain like that in the morning, I'd roll over in bed and pretend like the outside world just didn't exist, or I'd maybe turn up the TV just to drown out the sound. But thanks to this challenge, I'm suddenly dragging myself out into full monsoon conditions just to get over the line. The crazy thing is, it's working. This is real, impactful change and an actual tangible benefit to starting this journey. The main thing is that we've got another win in the bag. We're running riot at the start of this FPL campaign, so I will not let this noob mistake dampen my spirits. Game Week 3 has taught me the most important lesson so far. Double check the camera settings. Thank you for watching the channel where the real wins aren't a fantasy. Please consider subscribing and see if I can apply my knowledge of turning on the camera in Game Week 4.